Okay, this is another set of answers to questions from a student. This time, this is Mate Fernandez. I hope you pronounce your name right. Mate is in Uruguay, and they've asked a number of very interesting questions, very well informed. I've already actually typed the answer to the first question, so I'm going to start with the second question. And you ask, do I see any shortcomings or possible negative aspects in the transmission of news via the net? Good question. I don't really think any technology inherently has negative aspects, but I think we should be aware that different technologies, i.e. paper, radio, video, television, have certain influences on the way that you report, and I think we should be aware of that with the web. We should be just as reflective as online journalists as we are as print journalists and television and so on. So, for example, as a web journalist, I think there's a big pressure to be the first, to be the person who's first onto the search engines. And related to that, I think there's a pressure to be, and this is felt more by bloggers, but I think it will increasingly be felt by professional journalists, getting links from the big sites, the Boing Boings, the getting on the top of Dig, Delicious, places like that, and I think that will become an interesting dilemma. Likewise, I think the way that advertising is used online, that might have a possible negative aspect in that division of church and state is fuzzier, but it's different. It's not the same as you selling advertising yourself. What else? I mean, I think there's just drawbacks in any journalism, and I think one needs to be careful of seeing it as being all good, and I think we need to recognise the strong elements of traditional journalism and make sure we don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But I do think the internet has the capacity to take on a lot of the positive aspects of other news, so the visual impact of broadcast media, the lyricism, if you like, of text-based media, audio obviously you can have, but also interactivity and so on. So it's flexible enough to take on all of those. I may say that people consume news differently, and perhaps that has implications that need exploring. So that's the answer to that question.